its power to improve all aspects of your life.
He knows he's making a difference. He's inspiring the people he works with, and we've given him a level of influence that he never thought possible before.
Incredibly high energy. Everyone was very engaged, and it's based on science. As someone who hires a speaker, that was very important.
Two brain cells are going to come together when there's some new stimulus.
We would recommend Paul to anybody.
Every organization can be happier.
Paul is an inspiring speaker with a genuine warmth and a great sense of humor. His fresh perspective on leadership, employee engagement, and wellness creates energy and enthusiasm with any audience. He has appeared internationally in front of huge conference audiences and at intimate corporate retreats. As well, Paul Krismer is a sought-after media expert, providing insightful commentary on the world we live in.
The United Nations measure that you just reported on has a number of different factors, but the simplest way is to measure people based on their own self-report of their subjective well-being. So that's really just asking people, how happy do you feel?
Paul's 20 years as a corporate senior leader and his own driven approach to life goals and lifestyle inspired his best-selling book, Whole Person Happiness: How to Be Well in Body, Mind, and Spirit.
As we do more and more of the same thing, our brains get stronger and stronger at doing them. Now, the reason why I've told you all this is because if we can automate positive emotions into our lives, then we get that success that I talked about earlier. If we can lay down enough good neural pathways so that happiness comes more readily to us, then we will simply be happy more automatically. Does it make sense?
Right, I'd say, shut up, I'm about to shoot. In my case, I should really pass, but nevertheless, I would be unhappy if somebody interrupted me while I'm in that state of flow.
I'm always my own laboratory. So as soon as I read this 4 or 5 years ago, I started doing it, of course. And I started recording 3 things that went well. And at first, I was a bit embarrassed. I couldn't come up with 3 things. I couldn't believe it. Why can't I think of 3 things? And I didn't want to write down lame things. I didn't want to say, oh, I have no holes in my sock. That wasn't good enough. We don't get tons of learning from positive things. It's the negative stuff we get a ton of learning from. So scientists have contemplated this question of how much positivity do we need to offset our negativity bias? Can you see how quickly this turned around? How impactful this was? Could you imagine in your own workplaces if you could have a 90% reduction in unsafe behaviors simply by changing the conversation, changing what's going on in people's hearts and minds about the work? They did the processes, the job safety procedures, very much like they had done before. But now they felt differently about the work. Thank you.